Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hello, friends. My name is Matt Murphy. This is the Matt Murphy Radio Show. You know, I've been remiss on the telephones. So far today, no telephone calls, no visits to the phones, although we've had a few callers. You may get in here, 615-737-9986, if you so desire, 7 minutes after the hour. Thank you for being with us on this Monday edition. Hopefully you're off work. It's episode 894 for us. Man, oh man, almost done. We'll get to 895, and then we'll put it on hold, and next week, we will enter the 900s. On our way to 1,000 episodes, Jackson, and you've been a part of like 4 good ones. How about that?
We will reach 900 next Friday.
Yeah.
No, Thursday.
Well, we'll 895 tomorrow.
Yes.
896 Monday
Yes.
of next week.
Yes.
7, 8,
Yes.
9. Yeah, we'll reach 900 Friday.
Huh.
That'll be a fabulous First Amendment Freestyle Friday, episode 900 edition.
Seems like a nice round number.
Why don't you say 30, 35? Seems like a nice round number. Look, I don't know what's going to happen a week from Tuesday. I don't know. I am as flummoxed. If you put a slingshot to my head and told me to tell you the winner of that race, I would not be able to do it. Because obviously the turnout is low, only 11,000 early votes cast thus far. It's all about getting your people out. It's all about making people aware that there's an actual election happening in the 7th Congressional District. It is all about the turnout. So whether it's Jody Barrett or Lee Reeves or Gino Bolso or Matt Van Foley or Matt Van Epps or Mason Foley or Stuart Park, whoever. And there are others, and I don't mean to disparage any of the other candidates by not naming them by name. Sadly, you become and the rest, like Gilligan's Island. But there are impressive candidates in the race, and I was very impressed with Mason Foley. What do you think of Mason Foley there, Jackson?
Very impressive.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How was he? I oftentimes ask Jackson this question off air. I'm going to ask you on air this time. Because I can often learn as much about a candidate that I have never met by the interaction that you have with him before he came on. How was that?
It was definitely the most enjoyable one. Probably because we're closest in age.
Yeah.
So I have a lot more in common with him than I have with these other candidates. Also, when he was on air, he seemed the most believable.
I like the guy. Obviously, only a certain amount of time to ask a certain amount of questions. So if you have any other questions about any other political position, and you obviously are in the 7th Congressional District, hit him up on his website and then ask him to answer some of those questions. I liked his best answer was his non-answer about marijuana. And the reason I say it is sometimes, and I'm not saying in this race necessarily, but sometimes when I ask a question and I can tell that there has not been a lot of research or thought or careful consideration given to a specific question about a specific issue, I can watch the political candidates trying to come up with some sort of stump answer. And I would prefer what happened just then is like, look, I'm predisposed to believe the free market can handle it. I'm predisposed to allow that to happen, but I would have to research that a little bit more, which is me paraphrasing what Foley said on the issue. I appreciate that and have respect for it. He's young. He's relatively unknown. I would not put the chances of him being able to navigate these choppy political waters at a very good, but I would say this, if the young man continues, who knows what will happen a week from tomorrow, and who knows what the future might hold for him in state or higher office. 615-737-9986. 615-737-9986. Ray has asked this question. Ray very, 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 very much wants to know, because I announced earlier today that I'm in an abbreviated week. Wednesday morning, we are leaving bright and early to travel over to Missouri to be at the graduation of my nephew in basic training. He's graduating at Fort Leonard Wood. He will be then leaving and going to Oklahoma, where at least the first year, I believe, of his service in the United States Army will be there. That said, graduation happens early Thursday morning, and so we'll be traveling over there and enjoying that Thursday. And so I'm out Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I will visit St. Louis, go up in the Arch. Have you ever researched the technology of that? Have you been to the Arch?
I've been in the Arch, yes.
You've gone into the Arch?
Yes, we went for a school trip when I was in the 8th grade.
How was that?
It was cool.
Yeah?
I still have the grainy, somewhere on an old phone, I have the grainy iPhone 4 picture from the top of the Arch.
I think it's funny that you tell me that you were in school and you had an iPhone. That's funny. That makes me feel great. Because when I was in school, we had the big...
I believe 8th grade is when I got my first iPhone. I believe I got it for that trip, if that makes sense.
And you got the old, the little photo out of the mini window?
Yes.
Up there? Is it worth it?
It was cool. The elevator is super creaky.
I imagine
don't know if
so.
they fixed that. But
Old school.
That was 2014, so it's been 11 years. So maybe they have the elevator fixed, but it was kind of creepy going up it.
Do you go down the same side you go up? So is it the two go independent, or do you go all the way around?
That is a question to ask somebody who's been in the last 11 years, because I do not remember that even a little bit.
I don't know.
I remember the top of the Arch. I remember the elevator ride up because it was creaking.
You're going sideways.
Yeah.
You're going up, but because it's one of those rolly things that it's almost like
you don't feel that though.
It's almost like a carriage in a Ferris wheel.
Yeah, you don't
inside.
feel it at all.
All right. I'm excited about it though. I've never been, like I say, I think I've been through St. Louis or maybe around St. Louis, traveling somewhere else, but never been into the city.
You could go see the Mizzou Tigers play.
Sure. Maybe they'll put on a better performance than my beloved Georgia Bulldogs did Saturday night. Who do we play now this week?
Yeah.
Kentucky.
No, Mizzou.
I have no idea.
You should look.
I'm not going to a football game, Jackson. I'm not. What are you talking about?
I'm thinking, well, you got the graduation on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then Friday, you're going to explore St. Louis. Saturday, head over to Columbia.
I'm going to be in Paducah on Saturday, Jackson.
What's Paducah?
Paducah, Kentucky. It's one. Tell me a better name than Paducah. I'll wait. Thank you. Paducah. Ken's got family in Paducah.
You got family in Paducah, Ken?
I got in-laws in Paducah. Yes, sir.
I said it wrong, Ken. The way you're supposed to say that, if you're going to say it with that southern drawl.
Yes, sir.
He's got people in Paducah.
He's got people over there in Paducah.
Mm-hmm. They live down below the Walmart.
No, they live in the attic.
They live in the attic. Mizzou is 5-0, says TB, and they play in Columbia anyway. Well, they play in Missouri, TB. Come on. Nobody thought they played in St. Louis.
Yeah, let's differentiate one cornfield from the other.
Oh, boom. That's jackson.williams@cumulus.com.
Hey, let's not throw my email out.
Don't get on me now.
You better look out for them Missouri Tigers.
I don't have to play them. I can't stand their coach.
Oh, drink wine?
I call him dimwit, but
I call him drink wine.
He's 5, and I'm not saying anything about any coaching.
Drink wits.
Except for Brian Callahan. He sucks.
That's a hot take.
Yeah, that is a hot take. 1278, we're going. Somebody said, 1278 said, go to Metropolis and see the Superman statue. Absolutely. We're going to Metropolis. I guess that's Illinois, in the southern tip of Illinois. Or it might be Indiana. It's either Illinois or it's one of the I-states. It's right there in the corner. I don't know that part of the world.
You going to stay there tonight?
We're not going to stay in Metropolis, but we will most 100%. There will be a photo of Matt Murphy in front of the largest Superman statue.
There's some gambling there
in the world. That's what I'm told. I didn't see any poker rooms though.
You looked. I think it's mainly slots.
Yeah, probably so. A couple of table games. Hard to find poker rooms. Anyway, if anybody knows of one, let me know. Once again, impressed by Mason Foley. Seems like a nice young man, and I say that only because he's a young man. I'm trying not to do that because I don't want, you know what I mean? It almost feels like, that's almost disparaging. Oh, he's a nice young fella. Oh, he's a cute young fella. I mean, he's a smart guy, and he's worked in D.C. He's worked in the medical industry here back in Tennessee. Lived in the 7th Congressional District all of his life, where he wasn't in Clemson or in Washington, D.C. So there you go. Someone did ask if he was willing to wear Tennessee orange at his inauguration ceremony should he be selected as the next congressional. I did not ask that question, but I will guarantee you that his answer is yes. I would guarantee you that if you said, hey, if you get elected, will you wear some Tennessee orange, like a tie or something like that? That is almost guaranteed, right?
Yeah. And, it's pretty close to the Clemson orange.
Right.
It's not as good, but it's close.
Wait, did I hear that? Ken, did we hear that correctly?
The Clemson orange is not as good as Tennessee orange.
That's not what I thought you said.
Oh, you
Jackson,
trying to misconstrue my statements?
Young Fraction Jackson, what I heard was the Tennessee orange is not quite as good. That's what I don't know.
I think you got it backwards there, Brother Jackson.
I know he got it there. He twisted my words.
Okay. Do you want to correct yourself or you want to clarify?
Tennessee orange is the superior orange to Clemson orange, and they showed that in the Orange Bowl in 2022. December 30th, my birthday.
What oranges would you say are better than Tennessee orange?
There isn't one.
No orange?
Nope.
Like a delicious actual orange?
Nope, because those come from Florida.
And we don't like those.
Nope.
I don't like any oranges. Auburn orange, which is least offensive because of obvious reasons. Tennessee orange, Florida. It's all that stupid burnt orange that Texas does over there.
That's brown.
Bah. Ugly. It's all ugly. What were we saying? Oh, so a 50-year-old mother. This is a story that you might not hear about on the nightly news, but it's important. A school board meeting took an unusual turn last week when a parent, and this is going to require some video from you. A school board meeting took an unusual turn when a parent decided that she would take drastic measures with regard to how she got her 3 minutes of time before a school board. I want to play this for you, and then I'll explain exactly what's going on. You see what's going on in that shot there? You got that up?
Is she throwing something?
No, she's taking off her shirt.
Oh, lovely.
Where?
Yeah, she's about to take off her breeches.
Is this safe?
This is safe.
How safe?
I promise. She's got a bikini on. Here's a 50-year-old mother before a school board, and let's just listen in.
Depending on a child's transgender identity, that they can pick which bathroom they want. So we have, right now at this school district, we have children self-identifying into
She's taking off her clothes.
Excuse me, bathrooms. This is allowed. No.
We're going to recess.
I'm going to finish my comments, or you are violating my First Amendment right. I am putting on my
You are
uniform.
disrupting.
Well-known.
Okay, so that is from CBS News Sacramento, and this is awesome. All right, she had a bikini on. All right, and that's it. That's the video. So she has a bikini on. She is a well-known advocate for parents and students' rights in Davis, California, which is just outside of Sacramento. In their school district, they force little girls in the gym to change clothes with boys. They say, if those boys, biological males, identify as females, then they change into their gym clothes with the girls. And the girls just have to put up with it. And so this parent, 50-year-old woman by the name of, stand by, I'll get it for you. Oh, well, dadgum. Oh, here's the rest of the story. School board meeting took an unusual turn when the parent by the name of Beth Bourne, who is also an advocate, said that she felt the only way to get the board's attention was to take drastic measures by taking off her shirt and her pants to get her point across. So what she was doing, she said, during my 3 minutes as I'm talking, I'm going to take off my regular clothes and put on my gym clothes. So she had a pair of shorts and she had a T-shirt and she had a bikini on underneath. So she never showed any parts that she wasn't supposed to show. All right. But she said, all right, I'm just going to make you watch what you make my daughter watch.
Bingo.
I'm going to make you. So, I mean, this is such an excellent way to illustrate this point. Why are y'all getting so uncomfortable? Yeah. You're saying that my daughter shouldn't be uncomfortable watching a little boy do this in front of them. And, oh, by the way, in some cases, those little boys are getting fully naked. They don't have the bikini tops on and the bikini bottoms on. So she said, yesterday as I was preparing my comments, I thought, you know what? I'm going to try something different. So Bourne said she went in front of the Davis Unified School Board every month for the past 3 years to talk about her concerns with locker room policy, which allows students to, quote, self-identify gender and choose where they want to change and use the bathroom. She said, I just thought I would show the school board what it's like to change into your PE clothes, and I had a bathing suit on, so everything was covered as far as my body. She said the board called her actions, quote, disruptive, and immediately went into recess. After a 5-minute break, she went back up to finish her comments, again removing her clothing, before another recess was called. The woman said, and rightly so, Beth Bourne now, if the adults don't feel comfortable watching someone, and I'm a 50-year-old woman, how do they expect girls to feel comfortable doing that in the locker room with boys? How insane are these people? And I love the, you're being disruptive. Oh, you're being ridiculous. Oh, she's being ridiculous? You don't think forcing 13-year-old girls to watch little 13-year-old boys undress in front of them is ridiculous? But she's the one that's being foolish? I love it, love everything about it, and I need more of this in my life and in my veins. It is 23 after the hour on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Thank you for being with us. 28 minutes after the hour. We'll jump on the phones here momentarily. 1632 calls in and says, or writes in, I should say, and said, sorry, I've just now been able to tune in, and I'm pretty sure Matt's already covered it, but I'd like for him to recap his feelings on the Georgia-Alabama game. Roll Tide, Matt. Well, you did miss it. We did what? We did 45, maybe 50 minutes on it in the first hour of the show. I diagnosed it, deconstructed it, and went through the entire thing. And I don't know, you miss a moment, miss a lot. Show starts at 3, 1632. That's all I got to tell you. Mike is next up. Mike, hello.
How you doing, Matt?
I'm good, Mike. I hope you are.
I am.
Good,
exactly.
Good.
100% of the time now. Are you still there?
Uh-huh. I'm here. Yes.
Yeah. Just watched that interview out of the White House with Hakeem Jeffries, is that his name? And Chuck Schumer. They're going to be for the people. They said they're for the people.
No. He pronounced it. Not to interrupt you here, Mike, but he pronounces his full name Chuck Schumer.
Yeah. Well, then J.D. Vance, and then we got Thune, who I don't trust, and Johnson coming out saying, well, we just can't stop. We cannot have a shutdown. So we're not going to allow a shutdown, which just showed me that the Republicans are starting to cave. I want a shutdown. I want this place shut down, and I want 300,000 non-essential workers gone.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I saw on that interview, and we're now, like, what is it, 24 hours away, the media is going to ape. They're going, it's going to shut down the whole country. It's not. No,
it never does.
We've this before.
There's never any impact. The people that lose, and they all talk about the people that are losing, whatever, money and whatnot. They always get made whole.
And they get furloughed. But this time around, it looks like Trump has an opportunity to actually fire them. Therefore, they don't get their jobs back with pay. Therefore, Trump can win this thing. He's got the upper hand so high now, it's unbelievable. Yep. And so you and I disagree on a lot of things. But this one, we are 100%. Shut it down.
It is
Democrat.
I like it when Mike and I, we either need to be very scared or very happy when Mike and I agree on something. I'm fine with shutting it down too, Mike, but I've got to shut this conversation down because Ken is next in the newsroom on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. All right, real quick, just in a couple of things. Number one, Secret Service apprehended a man who scaled a fence of the White House while Donald Trump was present at the residence. Another, we don't know the nature of this individual. We don't know if this person was armed with any sort of weapons, but they attempted. They had to. There was a time where there was no fence around the White House. I mean, that time is long gone. But there was a time when there was no fence. You could just kind of walk right up to the door. And then y'all remember when was it Obama? Ken, do you remember this? Remember the guy that walked through the front door and the front door was open? Was that Trump or Obama? If you don't recall this, I'll look it up.
You mean the guy that ended up on the White House lawn?
Yeah, and he opened the front door, and the front door, one of the doors was open. I remember that. He got into the hallway. I remember that vaguely, too. But that's back when it was like a 6-foot or 7-foot fence.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before they raised the fence. That's why that's one of the reasons they raised the fence is there were so many people that were getting on the lawn. And then at one point, I remember this story. I can't remember the details of who was president, whether it was Trump or Obama, but the dude got across the lawn, nobody saw him, and walked in and opened a door and was like, hey guys, what's up? Just come to chill. And, of course, they tackled him and got him. Well, now, obviously, that type of thing does not happen anymore, largely because they raised the defense level. I think it's like 13 feet now, 12 or 13 feet. And, sadly, you got to do that because you got knuckleheads like this guy who apparently was not dissuaded from the 13-foot line. And eventually he was apprehended on the lawn of the White House and is going to go to jail, directly to jail.
What's the prison sentence like for that?
I bet you, Jackson, all right, obviously it's there's probably some specialty charges against him. It's not just like, trespassing. It's something more than trespassing. I think the severity of the charge is going to depend on what he had on him. If he had a weapon on him, it's probably going to increase the severity of the charge. Now, I'm kind of talking out of an orifice that's not my mouth right now because I don't really know. But I would think, my gut tells me. What? I am kind of, you know what I'm saying? Kind of blowing smoke. We call that the old Swalwell. Did y'all see Swalwell, by the way? Swalwell was on camera this weekend, and he was doing an interview, and I was impressed. He did not manage to have sex with a Chinese spy or fart while on TV. I don't know if that's true about him farting, but I'm going to choose to believe it. I'm going to choose to believe that.
If it wasn't, it was a real opportune time for a chair to slide across the floor.
Right. It was because he made a face right when it happened. It's so good. Ray says it was Barack Hussein Obama who was president at the time that happened.
Well, you remember when Obama was, I want to say he was in South Africa. And the guy doing the sign language was just a nut job.
Just a total.
And he was just doing the same signs with his hands over and over again. Turns out the guy did not know sign language. He's standing right by the president.
Ken, you know what Matt's saying?
No.
Matt's saying it's time for Nincompoops in the news.
That's right. It's time for Nincompoops in the news. Super Talk 99.7. That's exactly what I didn't know you knew sign, Jackson. But good for you.
That's
good
way to go, Brother Jackson.
I played a role in college. I played a deaf mute in college, and
my favorite of yours.
I had to learn. I just lob them up. You just keep hitting them. I just lob them. You just keep hitting them. Just lob them. Just keep hitting them. And I had to learn to fake sign. I didn't learn to real sign. I learned to fake sign. So I could have been that guy next to Obama, Ken.
Yeah, he was.
He's going to town.
He was.
And oh boy, and it's. Can you imagine?
He wasn't saying anything.
He wasn't saying nothing. Can you imagine? You know sign language,
right,
and you're watching, and you're like, what in the? You're thinking to yourself, what
is Obama drunk?
What in the? What's he? Obama is not making any sense whatsoever. He's speaking in gibberish. Oh wait, I think it's the sign language guy.
Have you ever seen Jeff Dunham?
Yes, the Muppet puppet guy.
Puppet guy.
Yeah.
He did one where one of his puppets was saying he was going to mess with the sign language guy by just not talking but mouthing. Just like moving his mouth up and down.
Just to screw with him.
Yeah, so the ASL tech would not be signing anything, but it would look.
Can I Can I tell you something?
What?
Just while you bring it up, and I'm not here to knock on the guy,
Jeff Dunham.
I don't like any of them. I don't like those.
It was really funny when I was like 11 years old.
What do they call them?
Puppets.
Ventriloquists. I don't care for ventriloquists.
Oh, you get creeped out by puppets, don't you?
I don't mind the puppets. All I do is watch them try not to move their mouth. And it's just like, I know you're moving your mouth. I can see you moving your mouth. You kind of have to move your mouth.
I just moved your mouth.
You moved it. It's really you talking. I don't care if you're faking drinking that water or not. We know it's you.
How do they do that one?
What, with
the fake water one?
Hello, Jefferson. I'm drinking water. Look at me. Something like that. Hey, Ken, we're going to pretend that you won Nincompoops on Friday. So why don't you go ahead. And if you steal my Nincompoop, I'm going to be very angry.
I'm going second.
I'm going second.
I'm going second.
Does yours have to do with the three-way?
No.
Okay, then you can go second. Go.
You can go second because I know which one you're going to do.
Go ahead, Ken.
All right, boys. This is from People magazine. A woman says she pretended to faint instead of admitting to an embarrassing fall at work, but the plan ended up backfiring because she still wound up in the emergency room. In a post on Reddit, the 24-year-old employee said she was at her station, quote, just mindlessly spinning around in my swivel chair when the chair completely slipped out from under her and caused her to fall. The sound of her fall, she said, was loud enough to make the whole department stop what they were doing and look to where the sound came from. So rather than stand up, she decided to try to save face, pretend like she fainted. But that ended up a bad move, she says. Within seconds, people were crowded around me, asking if I was okay. The company nurse and my manager were summoned. I kept the act going for a couple of minutes. She continued, when I regained consciousness, quote unquote, I told them I was feeling better and ready to go back to work. But the manager insisted, no, you need to go to the ER. Would not let me back to the office unless I had a doctor's note saying I was fit to go back to work. So the woman says she was sent to the emergency room, where she even wound up having tests done, simply because she was, quote, too embarrassed to admit she fell from the chair. She says she continued to act like she was sick at the emergency room because she was too embarrassed. Now, here's the kicker. In an update, the woman clarified she is not from the United States, so she didn't know what workers' comp or why anybody would be asking about that. She says she didn't pay a single cent as everything was covered by her medical insurance, which her company pays for.
Huh. You know, what was that quote we said a couple weeks ago? Oh, what a tangled web we weave
when we practice to deceive.
And it wasn't Shakespeare. It was Sir Walter Scott.
I thought it was Andy Griffith.
Well, that's right. It was Andy Griffith first. Walter Scott stole it from him. I'll go next. The contentious demise of a throuple. Y'all know what a throuple is? Y'all know what a throuple is?
Polygamy.
Yeah, it's like a couple, but there's three of them. There's three in a relationship. Yeah.
A lot of yapping.
Well, in this case, we'll see. A contentious demise of a throuple resulted in the arrest of the female member of the polygamous trio. Responding at 10 p.m. to a domestic call this past week in Summerfield, Florida, they encountered Devin Driscoll, 26, who, quote, advised she wants her ex-boyfriend and ex-girlfriend kicked out of the house. The residence is a double-wide mobile home that was purchased by Driscoll's mother in 2023 for $172,500. Nice double-wide. That's a fancy double-wide. Driscoll explained that she was in a polygamous relationship with the two, but has since broken up and wanted them out. Driscoll's former partners were Anisha Bolivar, 25, and Christopher Rosario, 27. Bolivar and Rosario have a daughter in common. As for two becoming three, it's unclear when Driscoll got involved with Bolivar and Rosario. During the disturbance late Tuesday, Driscoll allegedly struck Bolivar in the head while on the home's front porch. Bolivar said she pushed back in self-defense, which caused Driscoll to fall down a few steps. Rosario provided police with a similar description of the incident. Driscoll, who denied shoving Bolivar in the face, was judged the primary aggressor by deputies who arrested her for a simple domestic battery, a misdemeanor. After being booked in the Marion County Jail, Driscoll was freed on her own recognizance and ordered to have no contact with Bolivar. In the application seeking a public defender, she stated that she had 3 defendants and $49,000 or $4,900 in monthly income. So bottom line is, be careful what you do in your own double wide, because it might get you booted out of your own double wide. And if you aren't allowed to have contact with the 2 people that are in your double wide who used to be a throuple and now is an estranged part of the throuple, then you have to go to a hotel room and spend the night because you can't go back to your house.
That's why you don't make a party out of loving.
We don't make no party out of loving.
The hag was wise.
We like holding hands and pitching woo.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. You heard me, Jackson.
What does that mean?
Go look it up.
I'm good.
All right. You're a nincompoop? That's my nincompoop.
Right.
You're a nincompoop?
Deranged Illinois motorist purposely rams car into police cruiser during traffic stop. A deranged Illinois motorist purposely drove his car into the back of a police SUV during a traffic stop, then bizarrely told officers he did it because he was bored and he hates cops. Body camera footage captures Fairview Heights police officer stepping out of his cruiser during a Wednesday traffic stop when Jennings crashes his gray 2018 Chevrolet Camaro into the back of the patrol car, missing the officer by inches and nearly crushing him between the 2 vehicles. Video released by the department shows seconds after the crash, Jennings, 28 years old, appears out of his wrecked car and asks the officer, "What happened?" The officer replies, "You tell me," and then Jennings answers, "I need a new car," before being instructed by the cop to take a seat on the sidewalk and wait for an ambulance to arrive to check him out. Jennings is seen trying to get up multiple times after being asked to sit, but listens to the officer when he's told to stay seated. After asking Jennings if he is all right, the officer asks what caused him to crash into the back of his cruiser. "I don't know, man. I've been drinking and I took some weed pills," he tells the officer.
Some weed pills.
The
Some
video
goodies.
then shows Jennings handing over his ID to the officer and blatantly stating he did that on purpose. "What, you hit me on purpose?" the officer asks. "Yeah, I did." The 28-year-old suspect then tells officers that he did it because he was bored. "I hate cops," Jennings later adds to his reasoning for driving into the police officer's SUV as backups arrive. Jennings was immediately handcuffed and placed under arrest. He is being held at the St. Clair County Jail.
Nice. I was
Weed
bored.
pills.
I was bored and I took some weed pills.
I took me some. Have you ever had any weed pills?
So I
Jackson?
decided to commit a major felony.
I admit that over my lifetime, I've done some things with weed. I've never taken any weed pills.
I've never even heard of weed pills.
I don't know what that means. I know it means he's a nincompoop in the news on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Yes,
That's how we play it. There's Ken Weaver. There's Jackson Williams. I'm Matt Murphy, a.k.a. Winner, today. Go ahead and write down your pick and send it on in. 615-737-9986. Coming up, we've got a Matt Murphy movie review with Jackson Williams and Matt Murphy on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Apparently, Don Lemon doesn't understand that black-on-black violence is still violence. I'll explain that in about 30 minutes on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. We got to do this quick, Jackson. We're running out of time. You got our big theme song ready to go?
No, you did that.
See, you know what? I knew you wouldn't have a big theme song ready to go. We need to get this one. Because I've got it. That's right. We know how much you hate Hollywood. So we've decided to dedicate a segment to it. That's right. It's time for Matt Murphy's Madcap Movie Review with Jackson Williams, where Matt and Jackson challenge one another to watch a movie, and then we give you a robust Monday movie review. Jackson, your challenge to me was what?
The Late Shift.
My challenge to you was actually a good movie called Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
Yeah, okay. Give us the review there, Jackson. You watched this thing over the weekend?
I watched it last night.
And how was
I
it?
give it 5 stars. That movie was excellent. A lot of good mob stuff and just a classic, man. I feel bad for the movie. I felt bad watching this movie
because you
knowing
knew what movie
I gave you.
I thought that quite a bit as I watched The Late Shift. Now, once again, it is based on a true story.
It's a good watch.
It's a fine watch. If you know the story, then, and if you kind of lived through the story, then, it's just kind of a regurgitation or a retelling. I did not know about Helen Kushnick and her role in all of that with The Tonight Show and how pushy she was and how eventually she got pushed out of the business. And then she died a couple of years after that. Oh, and sued the hell out of The Late Shift. The guy that wrote that book.
Oh, really?
She sued him because she claimed that the author of the book mischaracterized her role in what happened there. Of course, she died before I think she got a settlement before she passed away. But I was a little disappointed in the characterizations or the caricature nature
of Jay Leno and
Letterman.
They're funny impersonations if you don't take them seriously.
Right. They're not manifestations so much as impersonations, and that kind of takes a little bit away, especially Leno. I mean,
Leno's actor didn't do he kind of made Leno seem like a baby. But Goodfellas.
How simplistic?
What a film.
Actually a good movie.
It's a cinematic masterpiece. That movie was really good.
I give The Late Shift, I'm going to give it 2 out of 27 Murphys.
You get 27?
Yeah, I have 27. There are 27 Murphys in my rating system.
Just do 5.
And it gets a lowly 2. No, this is my rating system. It's not your rating system. My rating system has 27 Murphys on it. And this gets 2, which means it sucked.
5 stars, 27 Murphys, whatever you want to say, that's what Goodfellas get.
Well, there you go. So there you have it. Yeah, I can do a Jay Leno. Everybody has a Jay Leno, right? Yeah.
That sounds like your Levin.
What? What are you talking about? My Levin? My Levin is perfect, you dope! How dare you?
Go to the news, you dope!